And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. In our last session, we had come to the Woodland Manse on the behest of Falcon to see what evil lurked here amongst these orcs, spellcasting half-orc creatures. And we did so. We came to their doorstep in this old ruined manse where a wizard once lived. We dispatched of the evil inside, which consisted of Garanik, an anchoret of Talos, who had been casting a ritual, and he caused, with his magic, all of these nature blight monsters to rise up and assault you. And since we started off that battle with a big, loud noise, the whole house was alerted, and every creature inside it came running at you at once. So you've confirmed now that you were in this house, and you've killed all the foes inside, and you've just finished killing the last ones. What does the party do?
Well, that was messy.
I think we need to search the room and maybe find a place we can rest.
Yeah, I'm a little wiped.
You'll see Myrin admiring over his own shot as he had pinned the last vine creature to the tree, and also acknowledged to Nars. I hope that comes in handy.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What did I grab last game?
As Myrin had pierced this vine creature into the tree, a red sap of sorts came from the vine creature or the tree. I was actually uncertain.
Yeah, that was my bad. I'll clarify that up for you. The last shot to kill your foes was one that Myrin had struck, and it caused a red sap-like substance to come out of the Gulthias tree, and you had collected it in an empty vial.
Interesting.
And I roleplayed that as the Dungeon Master for Nars.
I will definitely hold on to this. I think it's probably best that we take a long rest. I am tapped out for the most part.
I absolutely agree.
I agree. I've got one more round in me, though. If anything comes down, I'm ready.
That's very good. I am going to make an effort to walk around and see if I can find anything.
It is. I believe that as we.
You have no spell slots. Is that correct?
I can still ritual cast.
You can ritual cast without a spell slot.
Detect magic.
And there are some rooms that we have not yet entered, so it's possible that there's more to discover here.
So I will prepare my ritual casting, and then I will walk around the building, just looking for anything that might pique my interest.
Okay. So you guys were in the courtyard, and you came in through the north. You kind of know what lies that way beyond, although you didn't go through a northern door through the dining room. But if you look south through the door, there's a busted down door and two doors that are closed, leading south.
I will go through the two doors. They enter the building, I assume, right? The 2 doors leading south.
Yeah, they go back into the wall there. You're in this courtyard that's got the higher walls, the 2-story high walls.
All right. I will enter those buildings. I'll probably take Thardin with me if he'll go with, just in
Aye,
case.
lad, I'll go. I think we better make sure everybody else is okay, that we're going to separate from them. If they're in rough shape or not.
You guys want an extra person in your group?
We could all go. I guess we
think
can.
it's better we stay together.
Yeah, after that, I'm definitely okay with sticking close to you guys.
I guess part of our problem is we split up before.
Yes.
I didn't see it much as a problem.
Maybe for Myrin, it was fine.
Whoop-de-doo, Myrin!
Not much of a melee fighter myself, but yes, I'll just systematically go through the building.
Okay. If you want to enter that room to the south, you come into what was once a bed chamber. Kitchen, dining room, all rolled into one. 4 beds stand along the south wall with shuttered windows and nightstands between them. Against the west wall are 4 wardrobes and a cabinet full of plain dishware and cutlery. 4 chairs surround a small dining table in the northeast corner. And a little trestle table strewn with pots and cooking utensils stands near a blackened fireplace. All of the furnishings are made of wood. The ceiling in the southwest corner of the room has collapsed, filling the area with debris and leaving a jagged hole through which the room above is visible.
Does this building look very old?
It's pretty old. It's at least a century old.
And nothing's pinging my detect magic.
That's a 30-foot radius? No.
Okay. I will walk around, look in the wardrobes. I will check the kitchen cabinets if there are any for biscuits.
You really like those things, huh? Biscuits.
You find a large amount of hardtack still left. It looks like bricks, but you recognize it to be hardtack biscuits. Enough for days, enough for weeks. And it's tucked away inside one of the wardrobe cabinets.
I stuffed my pockets full. Yes, I prefer to eat very little and not very many things.
Lad, I like meat on my bone.
Probably necessary for you, Master Dwarf. There's not much required to sustain my form.
I like flowers.
There doesn't really seem to be much in this room as far as any kind of... It looks like it's been ransacked. Like the apprentices who may have once lived here took everything of their belongings with them when they left.
Okay. I would go upstairs and check out there. Although I think the staircase was a little suspect, wasn't it?
Yup.
Tell them, Willow.
That shit looks like it's gonna collapse if we touch it.
Willow rolled a d20 on an investigation check on that staircase last sesh, and noticed that it would cave in with any more than about 50 pounds of pressure on it.
Like I went down that staircase as a squirrel, and it was shifty under my little squirrel feet. I would not put my big humanoid feet on it under any circumstance.
Well, in that case, I say we probably get some rest.
Good rest in this room. It looks very... What used to be their quarters. You surmise by looking around that this was once a sort of a barracks for apprentice wizards who lived in the house.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe we should rest, and then tomorrow, maybe we could put a rope up there and climb up there.
Yes, or maybe Willow could climb up there later, or tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Bet I can probably find
Um,
another way to get you guys up there.
The carrot.
Maybe.
It sounds good to me too. There's even a hearth in here, and there's you can just break some of the debris off of some of the old furniture to burn in this hearth, and we'll do a long rest here.
Yes, I will start a fire with prestidigitation.
Which one of you has the highest passive perception?
I'm at a 12.
I'm at an 11.
36. No, I'm just kidding. That would be amazing, though. I would never miss anything.
You would never miss anything.
Let's see.
Yours is 14.
14.
Passive perception, and that's wisdom. I bet you, Willow, you probably have a good one.
Willow has 14 as well?
14. Okay.
Just as a note, as we are resting, I would probably rest facing the tree, because I'm terribly interested in it.
Ah. Well, it's a roll off. To who? I'm getting into rolls within rolls within rolls. Which of you, Nars or Willow, would like to roll as to whether you experience a random encounter this evening?
Oh.
Ooh.
I want to roll a d20.
You'll roll a percentile die.
Oh, okay.
Is this before or after we rest?
Which one of you wants to roll it?
I rolled a 1. Or I rolled a 56.
A what?
A 56.
Huh? Willow, what was your roll?
69.
Ding.
Hey, that's a good number.
Oh, I'm hoping so.
Best number of all.
420 was the best number.
Oh, I think that's second best. I don't know. 69's better.
So, long rest your characters. There will not be an encounter tonight. The moon is not blood red. It is a normal sort of honey color of this time of year. You see a waning quarter moon rise up in the courtyard.
Myrin spends some time in trance. However, when he doesn't need to spend too much time in it, but while he's not, and maybe everybody else is resting, he will go around and check the orcs that were that he had slain. He's retrieving some arrows if he can find a few, and also just looking at the bodies and just seeing if there's anything else of interest on the orc bodies.
Roll an investigation check.
That's a 14 with my negative modifier.
You find 69 coppers on their bodies.
Do I retrieve any of my arrows back?
Did you shoot any
That was
arrows?
that was a part of my mission was to retrieve some arrows that I had shot some of them down with.
Didn't you shoot arcane arrows?
No, there was one that I shot. I guess the last one. I guess I only shot one.
You're able to get that one back.
That was the one that was in the tree.
Yeah, you're able to get it back.
So yeah, I guess that I would retrieve that one back. And I will purse the copper. Is there anything else about them that stands out? Whether
You're
it be
mostly
their-
looking around in a courtyard full of massacred dead
Mhm.
orcs and,
Yeah.
and dead
I mean,
Granic.
anything about their garb or anything that would be of interest of note.
Not on the foes that we faced in all that big combat. Amongst all of them, you were able to scrounge together 69 coppers.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily so much of a loot as more of a.
You're
fact finding,
searching.
but
You're searching
yeah.
for clues. I
Okay.
get it, but there aren't any
Got it.
on these guys.
Copy that.
And the leader, we looted his body last time, correct?
He had a few of the 69 coppers in his pockets. He doesn't really have anything on him. He has his gauntlet weapons. Do you want to take those? That's really the only thing that's of interest and value to any of you. Have you ever seen these gauntlet weapons before that he was carrying?
Mm-mm.
They're like
Wasn't there
they're
like
like
a-
claws on his fist on each one. He's hits you for slashing damage. Sorry, what's
Wait,
that?
So, what was this the one that was like casting the ritual or something?
That's the anchorite of Talos. Yes, Granic was his name.
Does he have any pretty shiny jewelry or anything on him? Something with pretty rocks or things? Or a pretty headpiece or
He has an owl tooth, an owlbear's tooth necklace.
it's mine. I take it.
The little drow
I guess-
takes the necklace and pockets it.
I guess we could take his gauntlets and we could sell them.
You could take them back as proof of maybe that you killed him.
Right. Okay.
So does Thardin pocket the gauntlets?
I put them in my backpack. Yes.
All right. We wake in the morning, well rested. The fire's just gone out.
Ah, I needed that rest. Ah, it was a long fight. But I had more in me. Don't get me wrong. If we had an encounter tonight, I was prepared.
Well,
Nars,
yes,
roll me an Arcana check, would you?
yes, God. I rolled a 20, 17 plus 3.
You can tell that the tree by examining the sap that you took from the Gulthias tree, you can tell that if the moon had risen blood red last night, it would have spawned off some more enemies to attack you.
Well, interesting. Do I feel like this tree is like emanating energy from it?
Looks like a normal tree.
I say we head out and get away from this place as soon as possible.
Ah, yes, I agree, lad, but we gotta check the upstairs.
There are a few more rooms that we have not examined. But yes, I do feel like we need to leave soon.
Yeah.
Well, which one of you wants to go? Because I know you can get up
I don't mind heading up. There was the balcony. I know that the stairs were collapsed.
From what it looks like, and you're looking around, there's a hole now. Remember, there's a hole in the roof of the room you spent the night in. And there's some kind of furniture in there. So there's some stone furniture in there. It looks like you can push that stuff and be able to climb up to the
Yeah,
second
okay.
level
I mean,
through
if
this
we
hole.
needed- I don't mind climbing up.
Nobody in the party would need to roll an ability check to get through that hole if you move one of the bureau or the dresser type, the table, anything.
Just up to
you guys
climb
could
up into it.
you guys could climb up through this hole with no ability roll.
Yeah. So I guess Myrin would just maybe push some things into place.
Make an
Hop up on
improv
a-
stair with the furniture that's available, and everybody
Yep, hop
climbs.
up.
Everybody climbs up to the second level.
This room, is it you said there was the breakthrough there. Is there any sign of what caused that?
Just old age of the house.
Age of the house.
Just
Okay.
the house being in disrepair. But you guys are able to fathom that there's enough support that you guys can crawl up into this room, and so the party each takes their turn climbing up the stairway into this other abandoned room, which the orcs had claimed. This had been the orc. You recognize the smell immediately, and the smashed disarray that this room of the house had been claimed by the hostile orcs that were in league with Granite. And it's just got bits of their armor and weaponry strewn about with some piles of hay to sleep on. And you see a double doorway through to the north, which is open, and you realize it's the arcade that you were standing on last time.
Just to be safe, I will sit down and put on my spectacles and cast Detect Magic again.
That would be very safe. Yes, you observe your alchemist friend as he casts his ritual and begins to try to detect any magic.
Thardin as well. He uses his divine. I'm sorry, wrong ability. Where is it? Divine sense. I'm sorry. Brain freeze.
Got it. You've got your divine sense.
Yep, he's going to detect for evil.
So the party is facing this empty room, which is obviously smashed, has nothing of value in it, and can go north across this arcade, which you will now do. We're not really worried about in any specific marching order because we verified the house is void of threat.
Yeah, I just didn't know that if we needed to move through this space strategically, or if we're able to just check the house, so to say. Can we just explore the rest of the rooms? Is there?
You've confirmed this house is devoid of threat.
Okay. So yeah, Myrin would just go to walk across the
upper arcade,
that upper balcony.
Yep.
And see if there's anything of interest up there.
You see the courtyard below. As the party moves north, they will enter this long L-shaped hallway with the hearth in it, which has a hole in the ceiling, which you jumped through last time. And they'll step around the debris that's left on the floor from this giant hole in the ceiling, and they would head down this upper hallway with windows to their left. As they head west, windows to their left looking down on the courtyard, windows to their east looking outside to the tree line, and down below, a shingled roof. To the north, you're right, at the end of this hallway, Willow will notice that she has been here before. This was the part of the house she had explored, and she knows there's a bathroom in there. You guys are aware that this is where she'd come in. Because she described it so well to you. So there's a bathroom through this doorway, and the hallway turns a corner to some double doors. Back south. As you make your way around, you see double doors that lead out onto the balcony. And south in this hallway now that's L-shaped, you see another set of double doors.
Do I detect any evil presence at all up here?
No, sir. Oh, and you see this rickety set of stairs going down. Also, as you're standing through this hallway that you guys have come into, you see this rickety stairs going down that nobody wants to trod foot on. They looking at them now, you can tell they look dangerous. They're gonna fall in if you try to go down them.
There like something kind of heavy I can toss on it just to see if it collapses. Like a heavy looking rock or a piece of debris.
No. There's nothing heavy about for you to throw onto it, but I will bring you guys back on around, turning the corner in this hallway, past the stairway, coming back south again. You come to a double doorway that is unlocked, which brings you into the master bedroom. There's a 4-poster bed that stands between 2 shuttered windows against the west wall. You see other furnishings, including a desk and a chair against the north wall, and an empty wardrobe against the east wall. A fireplace built into the south wall features an elegantly carved mantelpiece.
Is anything pinging on my radar?
Funny you should ask.
It's a dragon.
As you come into the doorway, you see a glow emanating from the mantle.
Do you know what type of magic it is?
No, I do not.
It's fine. Is it the mantle itself, or do I feel like it's an object on the mantle?
You feel like it's coming from within the mantle.
Curiosity killed the cat. I will walk over to it and touch it.
Roll me a perception.
May I do a thing?
Yes, you may.
Okay. I have a thing to do. I would like to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Nars, what was that roll for perception check?
Sorry, it was a natural 20, so 24 total.
Wow, first natural 20 of this session. Ha
Woo!
Brilliant. You look at this mantelpiece, and you see that it is only... it's very ornately carved, and you find a little latch that's carved into the facade here, and you press it, and it reveals the hidden compartment inside the top of the mantle. There's
Nice.
a staff inside, which is the source of the detect magic glow that you felt.
Pulling it out, looking at it. Do I know what it is?
You know what? I would normally demand you cast Identify, but since you rolled so well on that perception check, I'm going to go ahead and give you this. It appears to be a staff of bird calls.
Oh, very interesting.
It's a wooden staff decorated with bird carvings.
Staff of Bird Calls?
Yes. Staff of Bird Calls.
I will tap it on the ground.
I'm going to go ahead and say that with this amazingly perceptive roll that you made, studying it with all of your arcane wisdom, you realize that while holding it, you can use an action to expend one charge from the staff and cause it to create one of the following sounds, out to a range of 60 feet. A finch's chirp, a raven's claw, a duck's quack, a children's cluck, a goose's honk, a loon's call, a turkey gobble, a seagull's cry, an owl's hoot, or an eagle's shriek.
Okay.
Staff regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the staff explodes in a harmless cloud of bird feathers and is lost forever.
I will tap it on the ground and I will make a bunch of. You said I can make duck noises?
That's what it said.
All right, perfect. A gaggle of ducks emanates from the staff.
Will it bite me if I feed it bread?
Sounds like a bunch of politicians arguing. I can add this to my torturous noises I use around town. I smile, and I would put the staff probably into my pack or on the side of my pack.
You're making me hungry, lad. What I wouldn't do for a good roast duck right now.
How about some hardtack?
You mean you offered me some of that bread?
I mean, we can call it bread, but it's pretty old. Stale for sure.
Yeah. I'll wait. I'll wait till we get back to that lodge.
By the way, it's about midnight right now. You guys rested. You long rested for 8 hours, and so now it's midnight, and the moon is out. There's very little light in here. I forgot about that. It's one small detail. I'm so sorry, guys. But the human is going to need help of his dancing lights or something.
Yes, the pocket watch would come out, and the dancing lights would emanate. I say we head back to the lodge as soon as possible.
Well, you notice that as you go to leave, there is a place on the northern wall, sort of, that's also pinging in your detect magic.
Perfect.
You had not come within range of it, but when you turned around to leave, making that suggestion, going back to the doorway you came, you notice some of that calling, that pinging, that glow of your detect magic through your spectacles is drawing you to look at this one small place in the wall to the north here. You can see it glowing, and as you touch that wall, you see that it is a secret doorway.
Interesting. I pull out my staff and I tap it on the ground again and give a raven's caw.
Oh!
And I stare blankly at the secret doorway.
You tell your party members about it?
No, I just look insane at this point.
I thought it was fun.
And I tell my party members after a few minutes.
I hear a raven. They're good birds, birds of protection.
think I saw Myrin reach for his bow.
Ready to hunt?
Is it like a doorway I can just walk through, or is it
Yes.
like something cool? All right, so I will walk through the doorway.
The rest of the party members see you, Nars, touch a point in the wall that looks like stone, and it slides to the side, and he walks through it.
Do I see?
You come through, and you are on the upper balcony overlook ledge to this 2-story library. Looking down, there's a railing around this ledge. It's about 5 feet, with a square, 2 squares of drop below. So it's about a 15 by 20 room, and the upper section of it, you are standing on this ledge with a window looking west. And there's a bunch of some moldy books on the shelves.
Are we able to follow him?
Yes. Does the rest of the party follow through?
Yep.
You all are
Out of
now.
curiosity.
You are all now standing at the top of this spiral staircase, and you are on the upper level sort of bridge that ranges around this 15 by 20 foot room. The room has 10-foot high wooden balcony forming its upper level, reached by a wooden spiral staircase curling down to the flagstone floor. Tall, empty bookcases line the walls, their shelves mostly bowed and broken. On the lower level, east of 2 pillars, are 4 old desks with chairs tucked behind them. And there are some moldy books that are scattered about that have been here for years and don't appear to be special at first glance.
Does the spiral staircase, does it look safe to walk down?
Yes.
I would just go down, maybe just to approach those desks.
Nars feels a calling to go down the stairwell as well, because he can feel and he gets it within range. He's within range here. He can see a little glow coming from one of those desks.
I would yank it open.
You descend the stairwell, and as you come closer to the desk, you can see that it's coming from a book that is actually tucked under one of its back legs to level it off.
Nice. Pulling it out, what do I see?
You take the book and let the desk kind of tumble to its 3 tri legs now. You take the book, and you notice on the cover it says Elvish Idioms in nice gold leaf. And as you open it up, you see that its pages have been cut out to conceal a tiny leather packet containing what feels to be some dust.
Do I recognize what kind of dust it is?
Not at this time. You just see that it's glowing its magical glow from your identify ritual.
Interesting. I'll have to look at this when we get to a point where I can use my alchemical devices.
What did you find there, lad?
I think it's magical dust or some sort of drugs.
Ah. Well,
If it's
don't
drugs, you can have it, Master.
well, I don't think we should do anything here. Maybe back at the lodge.
Yes, you're right. Away from, in the safety of a comfortable home, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to try anything here.
Insight check. I want to know if Willow is secretly a drug-induced drow.
Roll for insight.
Does Willow do a lot of plants in her off time?
Willow, roll for... What should I make her roll for?
Well, did he
Performance?
flat out ask me, or?
Depends
Yeah.
on if it's deception or not.
Oh,
Willow,
yeah. I mean,
I
yeah.
rolled a 7, so chances are you'll probably roll better than me no matter what.
She doesn't have to
Oh,
roll. You can just
Oh,
tell.
it's okay. I don't care. I mean, I live in the woods. What do you think I do in the woods? There's mushrooms in the woods and plants grow in the woods.
You can deduce that she's high right now.
I will have to raid her bags later and look for those.
I am happy to share. You don't have to raid me.
What are you holding on to, young Drow?
I am hoping to ascend this existence for a little while. Maybe get back in touch with nature a little bit at some point.
That's why you were eating all those mushrooms in Nomargard.
You guys are on the bottom level of this library, and there are 2 doors to the south, and that's it.
I say we head back.
I agree. Myrin, what do you think?
Yeah, I was prepared to journey whenever we were done checking this space, and if we are done, then
Are we
say
done?
go.
I believe so.
So do you want to try one of the 2 doors in the south of this library room that we're in?
Yes.
I mean, do we not need to exit the room? I mean,
You can't leave the manse without exiting the room. There are only...
that's what I assumed.
Well,
Then we would-
your choice would be to try one of these doors or go back the way you came, which would be up the stair and back down the hallway around to that other room that you came from. But I believe the
Yeah.
decision was already made to walk through the door. Did I
Yes.
hear that correctly? Nars walks through the door into what once was a wizard's laboratory. You can immediately tell this, being a magic user yourself. And there's a large mud painting of 3 lightning bolts converging in the center of this floor. Most of the furnishings in this floor are battered and moved to the sides of the walls. But you recognize that this is the room that Myrin had stuck his head in and saw the ritual being cast by Grannock.
Did we ever decide what the ritual was? Or is it just a summoning ritual?
We weren't sure what the details of the ritual were, but we could tell by his speech he mentioned Falcon during the ritual casting.
Huh.
Thardin rolls a religion check. He's looking at that painting.
What did you get?
I got a 17. Is that something I
Yes,
recognize?
you can recognize that as the symbol of Talos. It's 3 lightning bolts coming together.
Symbol of Talos. Okay. This is the symbol of Talos. He's an evil god. I believe
Hi.
that's
What
That's
used to
why
be
that-
some sort of laboratory lies in ruins, its furnishings broken, heaped against the walls. In the middle of the room, painted on the floor with mud, is a 10-foot wide symbol depicting 3 lightning bolts joined at their tips. I already told you guys that stuff. That's the official book. That's the book read for you. Yeah,
Well-
Myrin totally recognizes this room, as he was the first one that looked in and saw this atrocity as he was dancing around. This was 2 sessions ago. You had looked in this room and seen this
Yeah.
big
Yeah,
pattern
that's-
painted in mud, and
That's right.
and then I believe he called Nars to look too, and Nars couldn't see in there very well because he's a human and it was dark in there at the time.
Anything alchemical in nature that would have sparked my interest or no?
You know what? Fuck it. You see a piece of leather rolled up in the floor next to a little bug crawling, or catches your eye, and as it crawls over this scrap of leather, you pick it up and see that it looks to be a map of Neverwinter scrawled on a torn-off flap of leather from a satchel. It shows Neverwinter Wood and marks another location to the north of here that you recognize as being almost due north of here as you see the landmarks of the river and whatnot on the map.
Does it have a name sketched on it, or is it just a drawing?
It's a drawing of a location. You see the manse that you're in marked on it, and you see another mark on it as circled.
I was looking forward to resting, but I guess we already slept. I would show the party. Especially Myrin.
Nars turns to the party and holds up the flap of leather, showing what's obviously Neverwinter Wood in another location that's marked. And it dawns on everybody in their mind in that moment that there was the other part of the path that you guys came in on. There's another part of it that veers off north from here.
Myrin, have you ever been in this general area?
DM?
He has not. He's not familiar with this part of the wood. He's more familiar with the southwest part. He has traveled around various parts of Neverwinter Wood throughout his life, but has he been to this site? No.
Specifically, no.
Specifically, this is a site in the wood. You'd have to know where you're going to get to it, unless you're able to find, unless it was well-trodden pathways leading to it.
Just to clarify, our party, what is currently on our job schedule? I remember there was something about escorting a fellow, and then we also had to bring back
we had spoke with it was Tybor, I believe.
Right.
You've left Tybor, Harbin Wester's brother.
Falcons.
He was at Falcon's Lodge last you saw him, as well as Vincent the Ox and an empty cart of goods that Falcon purchased from you, and that needs to be returned to Phandalin.
And we were supposed to speak to Harbin whenever we return.
Right. The other job that you had is back in Phandalin, and it's escorting Don John Raskin to the Mountain's Toe Gold Mine.
The question is, do we want to handle this business now, or do we want to venture back into the woods later?
I think maybe we should go back to the lodge to show them proof that we've been here. That we
we may want to tie this one up first.
Did we not do what he was requesting, which was dispense of the orcs that were plaguing him? I mean, this was them, I assume. That's what I assume. So
right.
Maybe we return back to Falcon, retrieve Tybor and the ox, and return to Phandalin.
Maybe while we do that, if we can ask him a few questions about where this is, maybe he has information.
It's possible that Falcon would know, as this is his neck of the wood.
True.
Sure. Yep.
All right. And then we are in agreement. We will head back to the lodge.
It's good to meet.
Have we finished? Is everybody satisfied? Have we finished exploring this?
I believe there are some rooms that were not checked on the bottom floor, possibly.
Nars, as you turn to look back out into the courtyard, you guys are in this old laboratory now where Granick had been casting this ritual. And as you turn to walk towards the doorway that leads back into the courtyard, you feel your magic pinging. You feel it in your senses. You feel it calling to you up above.
Pull out my staff and tap it on the ground. A raven's caw is heard. And then I stare blankly at it. What is it? Do I notice something above us?
feel like it's coming from the second story, but it's too far away for you to really get a bead on it. You just feel it. You see a glow through the wood. The spell doesn't go through that thick of wood. It only goes through. It can't go through a certain thickness of stone, but you can definitely through the wood floor, ceiling, and rafters, and floor above. Structure is not preventing the spell from pinging, and you feel this glow and this calling.
I would head back up and take a look.
Is this not the master bedroom that we were once in? Did we not? Did we not check that room?
You were in it.
This would be the room next to it, right? Or no?
Well, we went onto
Into the master bedroom.
Yeah,
balcony.
we were in that like library area.
I'll just take you there so you can see for yourselves. Nars turns around to walk back through one of the northern doorways, which both lead into the library, and you see him through the open door that he left, beginning to ascend the spiral stair, taking him to the second level. What do you do?
I probably wouldn't say anything. I'd probably just head up north.
He walks away from you through the door, starting to go up the stair without saying a word. What does the rest of the party do? You're currently in the laboratory.
I'm just gonna walk outside. I'm gonna wait for the party. I'm gonna go.
Going into the courtyard?
My leather, yeah.
The elf steps into the courtyard.
Man, guys, you gotta try this shit.
Okay, so we'll follow Nars.
Thardin goes with Nars. What about Willow? You want to tag along?
Oh man. You know what? Whoever's closer, I'm just.
They'll benefit from your dark vision.
Okay, I'll go with them.
So 3 of the party members head back up through the library, entering back into the master bedroom you were in before. You look and doing some spatial reasoning in your head, see that the feeling as you walk in. Nars is first, obviously. He comes in through the secret door towards where he felt that magical spell drawing him, and he can see another port in the door that he did not notice before. There is a secret door there.
I will press onto it and see where it leads me.
This room has been sealed for years behind its secret door. Hanging on a hook on the far end of the wall is a handsome cloak that billows softly as the door opens. Against the north wall sits a wooden chest with tiny clawed feet.
Well, I'm guessing I feel the ping from the cloak.
I'm sorry. Yeah, of course I forgot to add in that part. You definitely see the cloak is slightly glowing with that spell. And the chest is also emanating with the spell that you see coming aglow from not only from within, but also the lock.
My lord. I will go to the cloak and pull it off the hook. Do I recognize it?
You can use a bonus action to make it bellow dramatically.
Oh. I would don the cloak
It's very nice. It's very nice material. It's kind of a blue with a red trim. It billows around you.
I would turn to Thardin and Willow and be like, "This is your final task. Defeat me, and you will have infinite fame." And then I would make a firebolt emanate in my hand.
Are you serious, lad?
No, not at all. And I would extinguish the
very-
flame.
I changed my
very
mind.
lucky.
It's red with blue. It's red with blue trim. This is a red with blue trim. What?
I
I was gonna ask, did you get into my bag?
I would never fight you too.
And the chest? You want to take the chest?
It's locked, right?
Yes.
I will stick my fancy key that I have no idea what it does in there.
Okay. Roll a percentile die.
I got an 80.
Wow.
I don't believe it's the work still. I think it's like,
The chest magically unlocks and the key vanishes from your hand.
oh, okay. Opening the chest, what do I see?
Opening the chest reveals a mass of black cloth. And it looks like there's magic. There's magic. You can see the magic glow emanating from within this black cloth.
Looking at it, do I know what it is?
No, sir.
If I had identified, I'd cast it, but I don't.
You pick up this mass of black cloth and unfold it, and it falls away, and within it is a rod. It's like not a walking cane. It's shorter than that. It's more like a scepter. It has a button on one end. And it also it's ornately carved, with the head of this scepter looks like a horse.
What in the world? This is the weirdest mansion I've ever seen in my life. I press the button because I am way too curious.
You see, as your detect magic spell is fading away, you see it glimmer as the magic starts to course through it and it becomes magically fixed in place.
And I press it again.
And it returns to its normal inertia, falls in your hand.
Ooh. Interesting. I have way too many items on me now. I feel way too greedy. Do any of you want any of these?
Well, I would think we, maybe once we get back to the lodge, we can overlook all the items we found. And
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I don't think now is the proper place.
There's a pocket in your cloak that you can tuck this rod safely. It's looks like it's made for it.
I think
Okay.
the sooner we get out of this place, maybe the better. To me,
Nars, you can add the immovable rod to your character inventory.
to me, I'd like to just light a match
And the
walk
cloak
away.
of billowing.
Well, we can definitely light a match. I was planning to burn this whole building down.
This place, but I wouldn't want it to catch the rest of the woods on fire.
A controlled burn, so to speak.
Yes.
I can control fire.
That he can.
I will go find Myrin, and I say we venture off. But before I leave, I will actually set fire to this building.
To
Yeah,
the
I don't blame
Golfias
you.
tree in particular, perhaps?
I'm less concerned about that. I just want to burn
You want the
this
building to burn, but you don't care about the Gulthias tree.
Oh well.
Just making
that's
sure.
probably-
I
If the
think that
building
they-
goes up, the Gulthias tree probably you would think would go up as well.
Exactly.
Right, because
yes.
it's in the middle.
It's
So-
in the middle, but it's got stone walls all around it now, and the structure around it could burn and leave the courtyard untouched by the scorching.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I could
Well,
hammer.
Just
away
looking at the
some-
map.
Would we want to burn it at the roots? I mean, that would make sense.
Right.
Um,
I could hammer away part of the wall. See if we could. If it would catch
I have
fire.
quite a bit of range. I probably could light. I could still light the building on fire. It has wood in it. It's just a matter of how we plan to do it.
You have plenty of tinder type wood that you can pile in that well. The well is now open, by the way, where the roots would be. All of that viney substance inside the well has been transformed into these vine blight creatures, and now they're all scattered throughout the courtyard, dead. So you can see down in this well, and you could perhaps pile it with timber and set it
Yeah,
ablaze before you left.
Thardin can break out some couple of flasks of oil that he has for his lantern.
Even better,
I could just spread it all over.
all over the place.
Yep.
Yes. Myrin,
take-
are you planning to help? Are you okay? You seem rather
Yeah.
quiet.
I've been just down here.
He's down in the courtyard if you want to talk to him, and I guess you did say that you would go to seek him out. You would descend back down away from this bedroom through the library, which is your easiest mode, and back down into the courtyard through the laboratory doors. And now the party is in the flagstone courtyard where
Yes,
Myrin was waiting.
I'm seeking out Myrin, and I'm going to ask him if he's okay.
I've just been examining this tree. It seems to be of some focus.
Yes, it seems to emanate some sort of power that's able to summon things, so it's probably best we remove it.
As we saw that the openings of the well showed, or the vine creatures climbed out of it. Can I look down there to see how deep it is?
You can easily climb down it. It's about 30 feet down.
I mean, there's like space to climb down?
Now that all the vines have been moved, there is space where you can easily climb down.
I guess it might be worth a look.
May Talos be with you if you plan to go down there.
Hey, that's blasphemy, lad. Don't
The
joke
elf
that way.
the elf easily climbs down the trunks of the Gulthias tree to the bottom of the well. And down there you see that it was once a well, although the water table has gone dry after many years. And you just get this pit of despair feeling in your heart.
And while I'm down there, I don't discover anything. There's nothing physically, visibly, other than the roots of this.
Just being near the roots of this thing make you want to take a shower.
Well, then probably that same force would push me back out of it.
You
and
climb-
I'd probably
you climb back
out very quickly.
You quickly climb out. You say you
Yeah.
didn't find anything. You start looking for stuff to throw down in there to burn.
So I do that around the courtyard, start gathering things and shoving them down.
You know, if this tree is bad, we're actually doing the forest a service by burning it down. Because if the roots are contaminated or if it's just a negative entity, it gives space for good things to grow back.
I want to think that there was a reason why the ritual caster was drawn to this site. This may be the source of it.
Nars can fill you in on that. He did relay that to the party earlier that he felt in his magical investigations of the sap that all of the nature blights magic that Granick was using to control emanates from this tree.
Mm-hmm. So, based on our findings, Nars, I think that if you're looking to burn something, this is it.
Sort of a chaotic, natural magic that was warped by Granick's evil into creating these vine blights, and so this tree, as has been surmised by several of the members of our party, has been corrupted.
Yeah.
I take out, Thardin takes out 4 vials of the 5 that he has of flasks of oil. He keeps 1 vial with him for the lantern, and the other 4 he spreads around the house and splashes the tree and throws the vials down into the roots 30 feet below. So, a couple of the vials to hopefully ignite the roots as well.
Yes, and as we make the kindling for this fire, I'd probably stand at the top of the well, because it is 30 feet, and then launch a couple fire bolts down. And if I notice it isn't taking to flame very well, I will use control flames to make it bigger and to lurch the fire to where I need it to be.
Myrin would stand back and appreciate the burning of evil.
The tree begins to burn. The tree burns like with the control flames cantrip. You're able to start the kindling flames just licking up the sides of its trunks, and it starts to scorch and smoke, and it smells bad. It smells like decaying wood.
I say we make our way towards the exit.
And as you do that, the party walks through the northern door of the courtyard into the smashed dining room, and turns left, and then starts to head through the empty front foyer, leaving this manse behind. We open the 2 double doors, and we all file out of the manse's front doorway to the front porch, where we see 9 boars are lined up in front of us in our field of vision between here and the tree line, and the center 3 of them change their shape and become spellcasting anchorites of Talos.
Oh.
And we'll go to a break here.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Wow. This is not going to be fun.
our party, having searched the woodland manse to their satisfaction, comes out upon the front porch and sees the hogs that were once grazing in the pumpkin patches surrounding the house. They have now all formed a line, or a phalanx type of a line that spreads around you in a bit of a semicircle, but they're all along this path that exists about 100 feet beyond the porch. Everybody roll initiative.
If I could, I would like to do something before we get into combat. But
You have a moment of hatred and stare down between you and the three in the middle that have just zapped out of their shape-shifted form into boars, into their anchorite forms. They're not exactly orcs, and they're not human, but they look like the texture of orc with more human body, and they definitely have the eyes of an orc. But they all have war paint on their faces, and what would you like to do to prepare yourself during this hate-down, stare-out competition?
I will put my hood up, grab my staff, and I imagine there is quite a large fire behind me.
It's still in the courtyard. You hear it burning through the open doorways, but it's still contained to the courtyard.
All right. I will walk forward, and with prestidigitation, I would like to amplify my voice.
So you sort of take point with leaving your three friends on the upper portion of the courtyard, and you speak to your foe that is staring you down in hatred.
Yes. Walking forward and looking left to right and right to left, my gaze goes to the center of all of them, and I say, "It is done. The ritual of Talos has been complete." And I look to see their reaction.
Roll for deception.
Deception. Not the worst. 19.
It was going to have to be a natural 20 for you to talk your way out of this one, my friend.
What if I use the cawing of the staff? Does that give me an extra point?
Well, they look back at you, and you can see in their eyes. You can see it in their eyes. They've been waiting for this moment with bated breath all night. All night. Since yesterday when you arrived at this place, they've been stalking you. And you can tell that they have been given orders to not let you leave.
Talos looks menacingly upon those who oppose him, and I will culminate a firebolt into my hand, and I will stand there with my staff and my cloak billowing.
The spellcaster, Anchorite, standing in the middle of the horde, looks back at you and yells, "Liar! You are not in our cult! Prepare to die!"
You will be the one dying. And then I rolled a 15 initiative.
Yeah.
I rolled an 18 and I'm just giggling.
You have your hood up or down?
Down.
At that moment.
And it's the most giggly bubblegum schoolgirl laugh you've ever fucking heard.
At that moment, you look up and see a pale blue sky up above. Did I get Thardin's initiative?
I'm sorry, Thardin rolled a 9.
It's a pretty day.
It's a beautiful autumn day. The sun is shining on the leaves. You can see a bed of them at the feet. They're sort of cleared away here, and pumpkin patches. And it's a dang fall kind of morning. No, wait, it's night. It's nighttime. What the fuck? It's night. I don't know my own timeline.
Man, we all got into my backpack. What the fuck?
It's nighttime.
Favorite time.
Nars, you can't see them. This changes everything.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I'm imagining someone probably told me, hey, there's 9 people in front of you.
You missed the shape-shifting reveal that I made, but then you immediately threw up some dancing lights, so you'd have some light to see your foes, what are most exclusively your foes. Trying to impress them, we'll say that you threw up the dancing lights, so you've got some source of leveling the playing field on this night. It's night. There's a quarter moon above you. There's no sunlight. Let's go. Myrin, what did you get for initiative?
6.
Hell yeah.
So, one of the boars starts to run up at the party. It doesn't get very far. It only has about 20 foot of movement. You notice that's the first reaction on this initiative order. Secondly, we've got Willow. What'll you do?
Alright. Can I see them? I have dark vision.
You have superior dark vision, so you can see all the way out to the tree line that they are protecting. You see, looking out on this house, you're up on the porch, which has steps that lead down to the little path that runs between the 2 pumpkin patches that are near you, and you see one of the boars in line has come your way.
I would like to cast Guiding Bolt. And I will be giggling hysterically the entire time.
Who do you cast at?
Whichever one is closest.
That would
Did
be
you
the
say one
boar
of the
coming
boars?
at you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what's the range on that spell? 120 feet?
Yep.
I thought so. You've got about enough range to hit any of the foes. You want to shoot the boar that is chosen to try to start things off and bum rush the party?
Actually, you said one of them. Did you say one of them had gone back to human form?
3 of them.
Sorry, guys. Stand by. Three of them in the middle. So what you're basically, you can see every detail of this, even without the dancing lights. You can see that there are 3 boars flanking on either side of these 3 in the middle that had changed their form. They all looked like boars when we stepped out onto the porch, and then the 3 of the boars in the middle. So they're each flanked on either side by 3 real boars.
Ah, okay. Does one of them look like he's a little more decorated than the others, like he might be in charge or something?
They all look similar.
All right, I'll just go for the humanoid form in the middle. And let's see here, I need to add my modifier. I rolled an unnatural 20 to hit.
This thing is wearing hide armor, and so that guiding bolt hits. Roll for damage. It looks dressed similar to Granick. Looking down on them, you can tell that Granick looked a little bit more decorated than in terms of his paint and ornamentation. He looked a little bit more sophisticated than these ones. But go ahead and roll that attack. I mean
Alrighty.
damage.
Sorry, I'm doing math. 16.
The flash of light leaves your hand flying at the one in the center, and he lights up like a Christmas tree. You can see some of the hairs and things frizzing out. His eye sockets look alight as that radiant damage hurts him to his soul.
Good.
Up next, we have.
That's a bonus action.
Oh, yeah,
Can I cast
sorry.
Waylay on my staff?
Of course you can. Yes, I should have asked.
Oh, you're okay.
And our next boar moves forward in the line, and Nars is up next.
I will ingest my potion I made this morning.
Which
Or this night. I made
was
a potion of boldness, which means I can add a d4 to every attack roll and saving roll for the next minute.
You got it.
And then I will yell at them, "You fools! I will show you who's in charge." And that's my turn.
Next up in the round order, we have an anchorite, the one to the northern side of the battlefield. He's going to step forward, and seeing what Willow's guiding bolt did to his friend, is going to cast lightning bolt at her. $17 to hit.
Let me double check that. Yep, that hits.
$29 points of damage from the lightning bolt.
Are you serious?
Yes, the lightning bolt
Holy shit.
zips out of the hand of this anchorite, and it hits Willow square in the forehead, right below the deer skull, and her body is rocked with electricity, and bolts are zipping out of her cloak, and as it flies back. You see the third boar to the north.
How much was it
as
again?
it comes towards you.
How much was it again?
29 points of lightning damage. Are you still up? You've got a little bit more hit points than 29, right?
I've got 2 left. I'm
Oh.
dead.
Gosh.
Hey, if you...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you didn't want me here, you could have just said.
You're still up, and you have healing magic, isn't that correct?
You can
I
always
suggest
take
you
one
use
too.
some on yourself on your next turn.
Turn into a bear or something, you get more life points.
Right, yeah.
You've got both your wild shapes. You're not dead yet.
Yeah, go bear.
the boars all start to move forward. They all come about 20 feet towards the party. 5 of them now are encroaching on the party. 1 is staying back with the anchorites, and the one that you struck with your guiding bolt is now his turn.
So they're 100 feet out, just to be clear.
They are 100 feet out. The 3 in the middle are just about 100 feet from you guys. The ones that were up and down the path are closer, except for one of them. One of the boars is staying at their feet, and 5 of them are about 80 feet from the party. So, the anchorite in the middle of the tribe reaches out his hand and casts a lightning bolt at Willow.
Willow, Jesus Christ.
And it misses. It zooms right through your cloak, where your body is not and your cloak is. It singes a hole through your black cloak, but it misses you very narrowly. Thardin, you're up.
Okay, Thardin moves forward. Where he has dark vision, he should be able to see.
Your
most of the
movement
combat.
is 30 feet. That gets you about halfway to the boars.
Okay. Do I see? Would the anchorites be within 30 feet of me as well?
Sorry, I need to find my handy dandy ruler. They're about 80 feet from you, the anchorites.
80 feet.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hang on. No. About 75 feet.
75. Okay, so there's boars in front of me right
Yes, there is a line, a phalanx of boars coming at you.
now? I attack.
You're not in range to attack them with melee. What do you attack with?
I'm not in range
No.
to attack.
No, they're still about 40 feet out from you. They're about 20
Yeah.
feet out from you.
20 feet up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rip off one of my unbutton one of my hand axes.
Yep.
My throwing axe.
Yep.
And I throw it.
Roll for
at,
that attack.
One of the boars. Okay. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit the boar. Roll damage.
Okay, it takes 9 points of damage.
We'll just say it was that one that's closest to you.
Okay.
How many points?
9.
9. The axe flies from your hand towards the boar, striking it right between the eyes, where it shakes it loose. The razorback looks stunned as blood begins to pour. You can totally see this with your dark vision too. Because blood begins to pour out of this nasty gash that you left between its eyes.
All right.
And as you do this, one there are 2 more boars that are coming up within. They're now within about 20 feet of you as well.
Okay.
And that brings us to the third anchorite of Talos, and he's going to try to shoot a lightning bolt at you, Thardin. Natural 20.
That's a hit.
Just gonna double the dice roll.
small ones.
That'd be nice.
27 times 2 lightning damage.
Times 2?
Yes.
You are out.
The lightning bolt zips into the dwarf, and it seems like it's been amplified by the metal in his armor, his chainmail. His body goes down and he lies there motionless.
Are you out or no?
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think we're gonna get out of here alive.
Myrin, what do you do?
Using my speed, 35 feet, moving forward. Probably an unnecessary jump in there for good looks. I'm running towards Thardin and Willow. I'm assuming they're somewhere near each other.
Willow's up
That
on the
was-
porch.
Oh, Willow was...
Willow and Nars are
hit-
still
was hit
remaining on
on
the
the
porch.
porch?
They did not move at all.
Okay, well, I'm still going to make my move.
Okay,
towards
you
Thardin
move
then.
towards Thardin, where he's
Yep.
being encroached upon. There's a ring around him of about a 10-foot ring of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boars.
So I would like to board breaker 2 magical arrows, if possible.
Yeah. One of them,
I'm thinking if we were talking about like a phalanx kind of moving in, I was just kind of imagining that they're kind of getting closer and closer.
they're
And so
forming
that's
a
just
ring around Thardin.
That's why, yeah, I just thought that maybe I might be able to pick a couple off.
One of them looks very badly damaged. It's got a nasty axe bruise in its head.
Yeah, so
Not a
just-
bruise, but a gash. You can see skull.
Yeah, so if I'm able to execute.
So you want to shoot one of your Hordebreaker moves at that one?
Yeah, and then a neighboring
And a
close
neighbor.
one to Thardin.
Yeah.
We got a let's see, a 11 and a 27.
Both of those will hit.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
Nine on the first one,
Huh?
and then a 7 on the second one. And then I will I'm gonna hunter's mark the anchorite that is central.
Okay.
However, my focus is going towards Thardin, and I'm going to just if I have any distance
Using your movement, you can get between him and the attacking boars. You
That
can
was-
get
that was
between his
all,
body
yeah.
and the attacking boars. Yes.
yeah, and I'm in just
And
trying to make that space, and then that should be the end of my turn.
okay.
Did those 2 boars go down or no?
Yes, I was just getting to that. He actually used his Hordebreaker to shoot not 1 but 2 arrows into the encroaching boars, killing them both.
Oh, regular boars.
Oh, I'm sorry, he didn't kill them both. One of them
One of them.
One of them died, and the other one, shit, I didn't mean to get your hopes up. You did damage it. So the one that is remaining from the two that you shot, you killed the one that he damaged with a hand axe throw, and the other one looks almost as worse for wear. It looks exactly as worse for wear as that one. It's got a big gaping hole from your energy.
Yeah,
arrow.
and actually, rather than try to get in front of him, is if possible to use the rest of my time to just try to get him. I'd like to try to drag him back.
That would have to be on your next turn. You've already used your action. So
I would just consider that a minor action, but yeah, that's fine.
You're at him. You're at his side. You're at your fallen comrade's side.
Okay, thank you.
That brings us back to the top of the round. A boar attacks you. Uses its movement to come in from the ring and attack Myrin, who's standing there at the fallen paladin's side.
Yep.
To hit.
It's
it mauls you with its tusk for 5 points of damage. So, yeah. So it reaches in. It attacks you. This razorback comes at you as if you were the opposing line, and it mauls you with one tusk, and you take this slashing damage from that tusk. And sort of, I guess, gets you right in the chest. And you take a hit there. Willow, you're up. You're on the porch looking at this scene unfolding. You just saw this board attack Myrin and your friend, the Paladin. Thardin, your dwarven companion, lays at his feet. They are about 40 feet from you.
Where am I?
You're on the
I thought
porch.
Oh, okay, I'm still
You're on the
with
porch with
group?
Nars. You're watching this scene unfold as these boars have started to surround Myrin where Thardin lays and Myrin stands.
I'm going to go a little closer to them so I can cast Channel Divinity, Preserve Life.
Okay.
And,
Where do you channel that divinity? Myrin, are you at half health yet? No?
I'm gonna
You can
split
channel
it.
all of that divinity, into some of it into you and some of it into your pal Thardin.
Into Thardin.
Yes.
Yeah, I planned on splitting it in half.
Okay.
Restores up to 10 HP divided among any creatures within 30 feet, so I need to be within 30 feet of him.
Right.
I just need to move a little closer.
You get in there and you heal yourself for 5 HP, and Thardin for 5 HP. He's now back up. On your turn, he stands back up as if healed. Thardin, you're back.
All right.
Back in action.
Ah!
Ah!
Bloody boars and orcs! You can't take Thardin down! I'm gonna kill you all!
So Willow, that puts you just at the bottom of the steps. Nars, you're still up on the porch.
As a bonus action, I would like to cast Balm of the Summer Court on myself for 2d6.
Okay.
In health to add to that 5.
How much do you heal yourself for?
5 and 3. So, 8 plus 5.
Our healer uses her druid circle prowess to create this balmy atmosphere that sort of blows away the night air, and it feels like a balmy summer day. And you feel very much better.
Is there any way that I could step back so I'm a little undercover? Because I'm trying not to stay out in the open.
The only cover would be if you use the rest of your movement. It still wouldn't get you any cover at all. But you can move sort of back around the porch, the front porch. So we'll use all of your 30 feet of movement to come down cast the magic, and then you'll just sort of try to disappear into the weeds in a pumpkin patch by the porch.
I guess so.
But it's
just
not. It's
whatever-
enough to give you 1/4 cover. Like you could use your movement to get farther away next turn, but you've exhausted your movement. You don't really have any cover.
All right. I'm just trying to stay close to the party and kind of stick to the shadows. So wherever that would have me end up.
That will end your turn. And next, there's a boar that Myrin wounded with his arrow, and it is within range to come at you and attack Myrin. And it's going to run up on you and attack for 20 to hit.
Hits.
And it will hit you again with its tusk. 5 more points of slashing damage. It comes up, this razorback rams you again, as much as its counterpart did. And you take that hit. Next, Nars' turn. You're still on the porch. What do you do?
All right, how many feet from Thardin am I?
You're about 40 feet from Thardin in the action, going down near Thardin and Myrin.
Okay. All right, mechanical bird, send it to Thardin. So that would be, I'll do the roll.
Yes, you will.
All right, that's gonna be 6 healing for him.
Nice.
And then someone got guided bolted, right?
Yes.
It was one of the anchorites.
One of the anchorites got guided bolted.
And we said that my dancing lights went out to him, right?
Your dancing lights, I sort of imagine them just sort of up in the space, illuminating this area in front of the house. It's dim light out where he is that you can see with your human self.
Okay.
He's about 100 feet from you.
Do I feel like if I casted something at him, I would have like disadvantage or anything?
No, it depends on the spell, but I think you have... What do you want to cast?
Just a regular firebolt.
A firebolt is 120. That would not be a disadvantage. You can see in dim light where he is.
Okay. Firebolt at the one who got guided bolted.
All right. Roll for that attack.
Plus a d4.
For your boldness.
Uh-huh.
Look at Nars being so bold.
18.
Hits. Roll for damage.
And 6 damage. Oh wait, I get advantage, right? Because guiding bolt.
Guiding Bolt does give you advantage. Roll again to see if
s-
you natural 20 that bitch.
Same thing. 6. Oh wait, I had to roll a d20, huh?
Yeah, roll that d20.
No. Alright, same damage, so that's fine.
Your firebolt, it leaves your vicinity and it strikes out over the field, illuminating a little bit as it passes the scene where there are wolves attacking Thardin, who now is looking a bit better for wear, and this bolt hits the anchorite in the face, and his fur begins to burn that he's wearing on his shoulders, and he puts it out, and he looks at you menacingly.
I will... Well, I guess I can stay where I am. And then my turn.
All right. You see the northernmost anchorite of Talos. He begins to move towards the action where Myrin and Thardin are. And he will just stop there at the end of his turn and observe. He's beyond the ring of wolves, but he's in closer to you guys now. Another boar is going to try to strike at you, Myrin. But he misses. You're able to move quickly, and his strike misses you. As these tusks have been coming after you, you have sort of learned to anticipate these razorbacks and their movement, and you see this one's going to do the same tusk attack that you've suffered twice before, and you dodge. It is now the center anchorite's turn. He's going to hold his action. Thardin, you're up.
Okay, Thardin needs to heal a little more, so he's going to, as an action, he's going to lay on hands on himself. And that's going to give him 20 points back.
Wow, the dwarf is looking mighty buffed up now. What's your health level right now, if you don't mind me asking?
All right, he's 30, now he's 31 out of 36.
He's almost back all the way to
All right,
100%.
and as a bonus action, he casts Shield of Faith upon himself to bring his armor class from 20 to 22.
This magical blue aura appears around Thardin as Moradin protects him from possible damage that might befall the Paladin.
And I am done.
With that, the anchorites seem to be congregating a little bit closer to the wolf action, but they're standing about 15 feet beyond in a circle with one of the other boars, and they are doing something, and you see some glimmering light happening over there as the third anchorite of Talos blesses the other two. Copy that. Myrin, you're up.
I had the center anchorite, Hunter's Mark. I was just gonna fire an energy shot off at him.
The elf stands up, looks beyond the pack of wolves that are encroaching on him and his friend at the enemy where he had hunters marked, and roll that attack. You can definitely see him over the encroaching boars.
It's a natural 20.
What? No way.
Yeah. That one.
Yay! Congratulations!
All right.
Natural 20.
Woohoo! Nice.
Roll that damage.
I don't double the damage. I'm gonna double the damage die, and then I'm gonna add the that's gonna be 3d6s, just so you know. So that's double damage die, and then
You're gonna roll double
Hunter's
the
Mark.
numbers of dice, and then the Hunter's Mark damage.
and then the Hunter's Mark damage. Separate.
Got it.
Not super great, but 10.
What?
10.
10 damage total after it's doubled?
Low rolls.
Okay. Wow, I thought you were gonna do more. You can Horde Breaker.
Are they close
They're
enough?
all standing in a
Together?
group. They just got blessed.
Yeah, I normally do. I mean, it's a normal thing for me, so I would aim for that.
Which one?
Just the one that cast bless.
The one that just blessed them?
Yeah.
Roll his attack.
It was like at 27.
That hits him.
And then that'll just be a single. 6.
6 on the bless caster.
Yes. Yep. Good
All
stuff,
right.
low rolls.
Yeah, you totally ignore these encroaching wolves, and you cast wool. I keep thinking wolves, but they're razorbacks. They're hogs. You ignore the ring of encroaching hogs, and you shoot 2 energy blasts towards the anchorites, hitting one of them right in the chest. And you see it knocks him for a bit, and you see some blood start to come out from underneath his hide armor there where you hit him. And you struck the other one in the arm, and he turns around as he's just blessed his 2 comrades. He turns around to look at you and looks for an arrow and can find only his wound. And with that, one of the boars will try to strike you, Myrin, as if guided by that one that just looked at you. It's like he has a connection with it, and it saw and it knows that it must lash out at you. But that will be a miss. I know that doesn't hit your armor class. 12. Your armor class is above 12. Misses you. Willow, what do you do? You're standing sort of, you're about 60 feet away from your friends. And you had said that you'd wanted to move under some cover. There isn't really any cover here, but you could use your movement to move farther away around the house.
I may do that in a second, but for now I can see all the enemies, right?
You can see everybody, yes, that is correct.
Okay. So, did I notice the one that kind of seemed to have a connection with that boar that was attacking? Did I notice that?
Yes.
All
That
right.
one that seemingly asked the boar to move telepathically. You saw it gesture. You saw it gesture like, get him. It didn't.
All right. I would like to cast Guiding Bolt as a 2nd level spell.
At
The guy who looks like he was commanding the boar.
at the anchorite.
Mhm.
You want to cast Guiding Bolt at the anchorite as a 2nd level spell.
Yep.
Yep, he's about 100 feet from you, and you have eyesight of him. You have target in range and identified. Roll that attack.
21 hit.
Yes, that 21 will hit. Roll for damage.
All right. Hold on just 1 second, doing maths.
Yeah. As the druid, cleric, drow, does math in her head, you see a
22.
laser bolt lash out from her hand, flying across the pumpkin patches, lighting up the dark, and striking this anchorite, much the similar way as it struck, her first guiding bolt struck the other one, and you see him lighting up with light spilling out of his eyes and his ears and his mouth as he writhes in pain from this radiant light. And would you like to do anything else with your turn?
Yes, I would like to... Let's see here, where'd it go? I'm so sorry. I would like to cast Balm of the Summer Court once more. That'll be my last time I can do that to add a little more health.
Okay, the last d6 you can cast for Balm of the Summer Court. And what did you roll?
Rolled a 6. What was that? Was that 2 rolls or just 1?
Your Balm of the Summer Court has 2 d6 die rolls that you use to heal yourself. You can roll them both on the same one, or you can roll them independently on separate turns. And what did you heal up for last time? You rolled those 2, that Balm of the Summer Court. That was...
I think I rolled both of them at
You
that
used
point.
both of them at that point, so you were out of uses of that.
Right. Well, I guess that's the end of it. I can't bonus action wild shape, so I guess I'll just kind of stick close to the party, and I'll try to guard myself as best I can with my staff.
Everybody looks pretty healthy right now. They may need your magic for healing later. Is that end your turn?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. One of these boars is going to try to attack Thardin.
Okay.
It misses. Nars, you're up.
All right, who's looking the most damaged?
From what you can see with your puny human vision, at that distance, you can see one of the boars looks pretty bloodied.
Oh no, allies.
Allies? Who's feeling good? Who's not feeling so good?
I know I was hit. I mean, I'm 5 points away.
I haven't been tracking your hit points, so I really don't know, other than looking at your D&D Beyond, if you've got those. If you've got those updated with your damages. Looks like...
And Myrin got hit, and as well, I think, as Willow, right?
Myrin's taken a few blows.
Yeah, I have.
I think Myrin needs it.
All right, I send a bird out to heal Myrin. Myrin, how damaged are you?
Slightly. Barely.
Myrin is down 10 hit points.
All right, so I will cast. Yeah, just a standard healing word.
What is that word?
Healing word. It's gonna be 5 healing. It's gonna be the mechanical bird I sent out.
The mechanical bird.
Yeah.
So the mechanical bird flies from your hand at the porch, and it flies over Myrin, and gold dust explodes.
And the anchorite who got guiding bolted. He's been attacked a couple times. Hasn't he?
2 of them have now had a guiding bolt to the face from young Willow, our Drow Druid cleric.
All right, the one that was talking back to me, I wanted to fire a firebolt at him.
That would have been the one that it originally was in the center, and roll that attack.
Okay. See if this even hits.
You also, speaking of firebolts, you feel heat at your back.
Oh shit.
Feel heat at your back.
The house is on fire.
We'll say that you can feel some heat at your back. Flame.
All right, 18 to hit.
That hits.
That's the worst damage ever. 1 damage.
Oh no!
And then I will move forward away from the building. Probably behind Thardin.
Okay.
Maybe a couple feet away.
Okay.
So let's say 10 feet behind Thardin.
Okay. That puts you just beyond the bottom of the stairs. They are sort of fighting on the edge of one of these pumpkin patches. These pumpkins are all around. As an action, you would be able to cut one open and harvest its seeds. And as another action, you would be able to eat the seeds.
And as another action, I could burn the entire field down and kill all my allies. I'll end my...
Absolute power.
All right. Let's see. Is your turn ended?
Yes.
One of the anchorites will walk from the group towards the melee and get right up in there, within melee range. Both Myrin and Thardin, they're standing together in this field.
All right, bring it on.
He's going to cast Thunder Wave. I need each of you to make a Constitution save.
Ouch. Constitution.
8.
Uh, 18.
$18 for Thardin.
Yep.
Only one of the boars failed. Thardin failed. No, Thardin passed. Myrin failed. And so each of you feels this thunderous force a thunderous wave coming from this anchorite as he stands within his wolves. It damages one of the wolves.
One of the boars?
Why do I keep saying they're wolves? Why do I have it in my mind that they're wolves? Go wolves, go? No, it's go hogs, go.
Let's go hogs, that's right.
One of the boars is pushed away, and Myrin is pushed 10 feet back and will suffer some damage. Nine thunder damage.
Taken.
One of the boars is actually killed by that blast, unintentionally. And we've got to Razorback down, folks. He's in the middle of the field. The medics are coming with a stretcher. Just kidding. One of the ones that resisted the thunder wave will strike Thardin. And miss. It's the center anchorite's turn. The original shit-talker anchorite's turn. He's going to hold his action and observe as his boars try to rip you to shreds. Thardin, it's your turn.
Okay.
You're faced with there's an anchorite about 15 feet away from you, but you cannot get to him because you're surrounded by 4 wild boars that are trying to tusk you.
Okay. So I gotta go for the boars then. As a bonus action, I put a hunter's mark on one of the boars.
Okay.
And I attack.
The one you hunter's marked. Go ahead and roll.
Yep. Okay, it is a 17 hit it.
Yes.
Okay.
Roll damage.
It takes 12 points of damage.
You kill it. How do you do this thing?
I stab it right through the heart and pull my sword right out real fast. And I'm done. I'm ready for the next one. I'm on guard.
2 more of the boars are going to try to lash out at you. You've got 4 of them swarming all around you. Myrin was pushed back to like right around where Nars was. He's a little bit in front of Nars, but you now have all 4 of these boars attacking you at the same time. First one will miss, and the second one will hit. What is your armor class, by the way?
Thardin is
Yeah.
22.
Yeah, the second one hits you for 6 points of slashing damage with his tusk. So it gets through the enchanted armor, and you take a shot in the chest.
My heavy armor mastery minuses that by 3.
Ah, yes, I forgot about that. What did I say that was 9?
It was 6.
6. So
Six,
it's
so
it's reduced by 3.
all right.
All right. It is now one of the anchorite's turn, and he stands up to come at you. And he, from where he was standing, is just able to get in and strike at you with his gauntlet weapon. He wants some of your blood on his weapon. And a natural 20 to hit. Luckily, it's only 1d4 plus 5 slashing damage for this weapon. And so that is 6 plus 5, 11 points of slashing damage. Doubled to 22 minus 3.
22 minus 3. Okay.
So what is that, 19?
19.
19 points of slashing damage. She's able to get on you for that natural hit 20. I gave him advantage because you're totally flanked. And with that, it's Myrin's turn.
I still have the Anchorite Hunter's Mark.
You have that center one Hunter's Mark. You're going to try for another one at him?
I gotta, yeah.
He's the farthest away from you. You can see him over all of the hubbub.
It doesn't seem to be doing anything, so.
He is standing back observing the scene. Possibly getting ready to cast another lightning bolt. Who knows?
And so, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't roll that one. 19.
19 will hit him.
Then Hunter's Mark damage. 9. Wait, sorry. 14.
You hit him for 14 points of damage with your magic arrow.
Yeah. Plus Hunter's Mark.
Plus your Hunter's Mark. The magic arrow flies into him. You can actually, he's got a boar with him. There's a boar hanging around at his feet, which you could also shoot with another arrow using Horde Breaker, since they're within 5 feet of each other.
Okay. 22.
Oh, you hit that boar square in the nuts. Roll damage.
6.
So you use your Horde Breaker. You shoot one arrow into the anchorite. It hits him. Shoot another one into the boar. It hits him. They look back at you as if they actually have Hunter's Mark, and it is on you now, even though they can't cast that spell. They have a special distaste in their mouth now for our wood elf.
They have marked me.
And with that, we have another boar attack against our paladin, who's surrounded by them. And it will miss. Willow, you're up. Are you still with us?
No.
She's gone. With her action, she's going to run over and cut open a pumpkin and retrieve the seeds. She takes them into her possession and runs back towards where Myrin and Nars are. She doesn't quite make it there with her movement. Up next, we've got Nars. We still have a Nars.
Yes. I'm gonna hit the anchorite that was just hit.
Okay.
This time.
You can see him if you stride. You're sort of grouped up with Myrin about 10 feet away from where Thardin is surrounded. There's a cluster of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enemies around Thardin right now.
Okay. 7 enemies around Thardin. Great. Alright. How far from this anchorite am I?
Still about 100 feet out. He's not moved that much from his original position. He's just sort of culled back here near the trail with his pet boar at his feet, sort of licking his wounds and looking menacingly at Myrin, who's standing near you. He's looking at the three of you, are all sort of grouped near the bottom of the stair. He's looking at all three of you. And the other 2 anchorites continue to try to chip away at Thardin.
Okay, I can't actually hit him. It's too far away. So I'm going to firebolt probably the boar that looks most damaged.
Actually, some of them have died, and I've forgotten to take them off the playing field. Yeah, but we do still see a boar here.
How many are dead?
Sorry, what?
How many have died?
1 died from the thunder wave. I killed 1. And...
I'm pretty sure 3 have died.
3 of them have died.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
3 of them have died. So there's 1
there's
boar
6
left.
boars.
There were 6 originally. 3 of them have died. 4 of them have died.
More. 4 more. Okay, so 2.
So there's 2 left.
Okay, I will fire at probably the one that looks the weakest.
That's the one near the anchorite, far from you, about 100 feet from you. The other one is looking pretty strong.
Okay. All right, I rolled a natural 20, so 25.
So roll that damage. Firebolt, right?
Yeah. Gonna be 8 damage. Not the best roll.
That's doubled.
Yep.
Eight, you say?
Roger.
For the natural
Yeah.
20, we will say that boar is on fire. It's
That's
not
fair.
down yet, but he's on fire and he's screaming like a stuck pig.
And at level 2, I'll cast Healing Word on Thardin.
That's the
Which-
bird.
Yes. It's gonna be 7 healing.
Thank you.
Thardin heals up 7 more points, and some of his wounds and tusks, his tusk blows start to close up. He's feeling better.
And I will stay where I'm at.
So that moves another wolf off of the playing field.
The wolves.
Another. I keep calling them wolves because I used red tokens for them. White tokens. With the white tokens, they seem rather wolfish.
Wolfish.
That's gonna leave no boars left in play. They've all been slaughtered in the fields, and you're looking. Well, there's one left, and it's over cold near its master. And there are 2 in melee range with Thardin. The other 3 of you are standing about 20 feet beyond this, between the stairway and the action. and this anchorite of Talos is going to try to hit Thardin with his weapons. And he misses. He's slashes his arm gauntlet at you, and you're able to dodge. He's not hit you. The one that is still afar is going to use his movement to come up at this group, and he's looking right at Myrin. And he makes it clustered up, and his boar will follow behind him on his turn. Thardin, you're up.
Okay,
You're basically within melee range of all three of these things.
Of all three of the
Anchorites. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there's a boar trailing behind that you're not in range.
Okay, I move the hunter's mark to one of the anchorites.
Which one?
The center one.
The center one, the one that was originally in the center talking shit.
Yep.
He looks the most worse for wear of the three.
Okay, great. And I attack him.
Roll that attack.
Alright, a 21.
Hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Okay, so I hit him for 7, and I bolster my attack with Divine Smite.
Divinely smiting your foe.
10, so I hit him for a total of 18.
He goes down. You've killed him. How do you do it?
Holding my sword up, the energy from Paladin lights up my blade, and I slam him right in the throat. And I give a orcish scream. Ah! Paladin! I feel your power!
And he falls at your blade. That one is dead.
Okay. And I position myself to get ready for the next onslaught from the other two.
Right.
Holding my shield up.
One of them casts Thunder Wave. It doesn't reach everybody. It reaches Myrin and Thardin. Myrin was only pushed 10 feet back. Myrin rolled a 17. What did Thardin roll?
19.
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out. On the failed save, the creature takes 2d8 thunder and pushed 10 feet away. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much and isn't pushed. 2d8. You each take 3 points of damage from the thunder wave as it whips past you. Myrin, you're up.
Am I in melee?
You're 10 feet back. You're 10 feet behind Thardin. Your friends are clustered behind you.
Okay. I'm gonna just move, kind of a semicircle around the enemies. I'm just gonna use my.
You move
speed,
to the north or move to the south? North, there's a pig trailing up behind.
South. I'm gonna yeah. I guess. Yeah.
You move around south to get a better view of the two anchorites that are facing off with Thardin.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. And then my hunter's mark shifted to one of them. I'm going to say the one that I had previously shot that was blessing.
I'm sorry, say that again? Sorry.
My
Sorry.
hunter's mark shifted.
Shifted your hunter's mark to the one that made the blessing. Got it.
And then also taking a shot at him.
And he's right next to his friend. Do you want to Hordebreaker both of them?
If I'm able to.
You are. You're shooting at them. They're both within melee range of Thardin, which puts them both together at that point. You can hit them both with your Hordebreaker.
First one is a 22, and the
Hits.
second one is a 10.
The first one was the one that had cast Bless,
Yes.
and it hits him. The second one misses.
Okay. There's Mark. It's horrible. Why is this happening?
Low rolls on your damage.
7.
And you shoot 2 arrows. Both of them fly, blast with the energy. The first one landing, it's hit. And it will take this damage. And the second
Yeah.
one,
Like that.
the bolt, which the arrow bolt, it whizzes by his head. He takes no damage.
Yep, that's all I got.
Looks like I was missing another boar in my turn order. There's 1 boar left. There's 2 boar. That makes 2 boars left. I forgot about him. I didn't look at him. He's not been hit yet, but it's his turn first, and he is in attack range, and he will try to come and use his action to charge through Thardin, where Thardin is faced off with the 2 anchorites. He charges in, and with a strength roll, he has enough force to burst through, not doing any damage, but forging a wedge between Thardin and the 2 anchorites. He is now faced off with Thardin at melee range, but he will not attack because he used his action to forge that wedge. It is now 10:35. What do we want to do?
Oh, let's finish it.
Keep going? Everybody good to keep going? I'll roll for Willow.
Yeah, we're good.
So it's Willow's turn. She is going to use her action to eat some pumpkin seeds. And she's going to eat... There's 6 servings that she had taken from the pumpkin. And she's going to eat 3 of them and regain 3 points of health for her action.
If she transforms, she just gets all of her health back.
Yeah. If she went bear or wolf
Yeah.
or whatever, she'd get.
She get all that health.
She would get her no. She would transform into a wild shape.
Right, but she'd have the health of the wild shit.
She'd have the health of the wild shape. And she
Right.
can't bonus action. That's a bonus action?
Yes.
Wild shaping's a bonus action.
Correct.
So on her action, she's going to bolster her health as Willow, and then she's going to wild shape into the bear.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab that stat block real quick. It's in the monster manual.
It should be. Yeah. Brown bear. I know I did it a bunch of times. As
Yeah.
Master Greenleaf.
Yeah.
Is it in the player's manual? I don't see it in the monster
I
manual.
think it is in the player's manual as well.
Let me see if I can send it to you.
No, I've got it. I've got it right here.
Okay. All right.
I know it's in a list of beasts in the appendices. Creature statistics. Here it is. Black bear. She's gonna morph into a black bear. Here is her new hit point at 19. Her new speed is 40, and she's going to rush in. No, she used her movement already, didn't she? Did she use her? She used her action to eat seeds. She used her bonus action to wild shape. She's going to use her movement now to rush the boar that just came into the melee with Thardin. But she cannot attack. She's already used her action, correct? Or does she get a new action? I'm going to say her action's used, and she's just placed herself in the melee. She now has 35 hit points. Piggy's going to try to attack her. And it hits. The boar that was rushing up from behind. It comes up from behind Willow and sinks its tusk into her for 9 slashing to the bear. Nars, what should you do?
Well. Alright. I want to move up into anchorite range.
Right now they're about
60 feet from him.
Right now they're about 80 feet out.
Okay, so I move up 20 feet towards.
Okay.
And I want to hit probably the one with the most health. One who's less damage.
With?
I'm going to take out my green vial and cast Ray of Sickness.
Cast that bitch.
Level 2.
Okay. At the sicker looking of the two, or the more damage looking of the two?
I want to hit the one with the most health.
Most health. Okay.
It's going to be a 15 to hit.
That hits him.
Okay. And it's going to be 17 damage.
And a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
What does it have to beat?
13.
It beats it. He is not poisoned. And that will bring us to his turn. Oh, go ahead.
I have one more spell slot.
One more spell slot.
Bonus action heal on Thardin.
Okay. How much do you heal him for?
7.
Is that the bird healing word, bird?
Yeah.
And it flies from your hands and it explodes over the scene, showering him with some gold dust and healing him up.
And
Thardin, what's your current health?
I'm now 20 out of 36.
Draw my deck.
And you'll end your turn there, and that will bring us to that anchorite's turn. And he is not within melee range of anybody, and he uses his movement to step back. He steps back away from the two boars that are left and the other anchorite that's still standing there near Thardin, and and the now big black bear that's on the scene, and he will touch the other anchorite. And as he does so, it starts to move, and it gets up, looking at you menacingly.
So all 3 anchorites are up now?
Yes, one of them had gone down, and now
Right.
he is back up.
That's the okay. So that's the one I had just killed.
Yes.
All right.
That is the one. No, that is the one that. Did you just kill one?
I
Yeah.
did. I killed one.
That's the only one that's gone down.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, nah. So that's the one that you had killed.
Okay.
He is now back up.
All right. My hunter's mark is still on him.
Yes, it is. It's your turn, Thardin.
Okay.
Actually, it's that anchorite's turn, and
Oh,
he is dazed after having
All right.
been revived. So he will not do an action on this turn. Let's go to Thardin's turn.
So I'm going to attack him. 22,
Hits.
and
This is the one that just got back up.
yep,
He goes back down.
he goes back down. Okay. All right. So when he goes down, I move the hunter's mark to the next closest anchorite next to me.
Okay, that's the one that's standing right next to him that was brought back, and you will have left melee range of the wolves to get there, or the boar. I keep calling them
boars,
wolves. They're
yep.
boars. They're boars. They're
Yep.
boars. And you'll take opportunity attacks from both of them.
Okay. No, I'm not moving. I'm just moving my hunter's mark.
Ah, got it. Got
That's
it.
all.
Got it.
Yep, that's all.
Okay. With that, these two boars are both going to try to strike you, Thardin, with their
Okay.
tusks. They come at you, as if you were the defensive line. And 21 to hit.
That's a miss.
They both miss.
All right.
And that will make it this anchorite of Talos' turn, and he strides forward to slice at you with his gauntlet. And that's a natural 20. Eight slashing damage reduced to 5.
Okay.
Myrin, you're up. You're standing to the south of this scene.
Yeah, the blessed anchorite is still standing.
Yes.
So that's the one that I'm shooting at.
That he's your hunter marked. Hunter's
Yeah.
marked.
Continuing my
Uh-huh.
attacks. However, I don't know if this is gonna land. 16.
It does land. You land one of your magic arrows into the anchorite.
So let's go ahead and give him that. Jeez. Yes. Alright, 10.
Strike him for 10 points with the arrow.
Yeah.
It flies from your bow and hits him in the shoulder. He is knocked off balance and then regains his balance, and you see blood starting to roll down that puncture wound.
It's about time. If he's not bulked with anybody else, I might just move another 35 feet in another, continuing my circle around them.
All right, I have you circling around towards the path.
Mhm.
There's two
And
anchorites left and 2 wolves left.
As I jump through the field,
Wolves? Why do I keep saying
passing-
wolves? They're
I
boars.
don't know.
They're
don't know.
razorback. I just don't want to admit to myself that they're razorbacks.
There you
I
go.
see you moving, Myrin. You're circling around. You move your 35 feet.
Yep.
You're sort of on the
Jumping
other
through the
side of where
Pumpkin
Nars and
patch, I
Willow.
guess.
Hmm?
Jumping through the pumpkin
You're
patches
you're
and
you're
jumping-
past the pumpkin patches. You're almost to the trail that
Okay.
leads back into the woods.
Got it.
The others
Yeah,
are
so I'm
clustered
behind-
on
I'm
the
like-
other side.
I'm like behind them, essentially.
Yes, you're on the other side. You're making them split their attention between 2 fronts.
Okay.
Willow is going to attack at both of the. I believe she gets a multi-attack as this bear.
Yes.
She gets 2 attacks, one with its bite and one with its claws. And she is going to go for one of the boars, and it's going to be a natural 20.
Nice.
She rolls a natural 20 for her bite attack on 14 points of damage. She takes one of them out. She's going to roll for her second attack as a 16. It also hits the other boar, and that's going to be 7. So you see this black bear, and it makes really short work of the rest of these boars that were stalking the Paladin. That leaves only the anchorites left on the playfield. And that brings us to... You do want to do anything else with your turn, Thardin? Oh, that's Willow's turn. And she can't do anything else on her turn. That brings us to Nars.
Alright, what's this battlefield looking like?
You have just seen this bear rip out the throats of these boars with its bite and claws. And there's blood all over the pumpkin patch. And you see 2 anchorites of Talos still left standing. One of them is bloodied.
Okay, I will fire a firebolt at the bloodied one.
Roll that attack.
That will not hit.
What
Wait,
is
is he? No, he's not.
Are any of them within flanking? Or?
How long does Guiding Bolt last?
Guiding bolt
Is
lasts...
it just 1 turn?
No. Guiding bolt lasts 10 minutes, I believe. Or at least a minute. And we're in round 7 right now.
Okay.
Both of them have been guiding bolted, so that means that the next roll made against it has advantage, not continuing. It's just the next one.
Okay. I rolled a natural 1 then.
Oh no! So you tried to firebolt at one of these anchorites, and it just whizzes over his head. Your aim was off. And
Yes, it was.
wait. What happens when we roll a natural 1 on attack?
Dangerous.
I roll a d6 to find out the fate.
Yep.
Yep.
House rules. I rolled a 3. Your intended foe gets a free attack. And
me.
since he cannot reach you, he's going to attack Willow the bear.
Okay.
Let's see. Wait, let me think. What can he do? He's going to cast Thunder Wave. You're just within range of it. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Would that hit all of us?
Yes,
in that
everybody
range?
make a Constitution saving throw. Nope, Myrin's
I-
not. Myrin's out of range. Thardin,
Myrin's
Willow.
out of range.
I'll roll for Willow.
Okay.
Con save. My best save. +4. $19.
And Thardin rolls a 19 as well.
What about Myrin?
I thought I was out of range.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. What about Willow?
Willow.
She also saved. So you all saved. So you all take six damage of thunder damage. So you feel this wave rush past you. And that's all he can do on his turn. He's not using any movement. It's Myrin's turn.
So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nars just went. The anchorite just went. It is
Yeah. Seems a little early.
Thardin's turn.
Okay. So I put a thunder wave on the next closest one to me.
Use
no, I'm
Thunderous
sorry,
Smite.
No, I'm not. Sorry, not thunder wave. I put Hunter's Mark on the next one that was closest to me.
Yep.
And now I use my Vow of Amenity to gain advantage on him as a bonus action.
Okay.
when I attack.
Wait, what have you done now?
I use my Channel Divinity.
You channel
So
divinity.
I put Vow of an Enmity.
You
on
you
him.
invoked a vow of enmity.
Yes,
That is your
enmity,
bonus
yes.
action. Is
Yep,
that correct?
correct. So I have advantage when I attack him.
Yes, you do.
All right. So it's a 22 hit him.
But it takes an action to. Oh, vow of enmity. That is one bonus action. Okay.
Yep.
22 does hit him.
22 does hit him. Okay. Rolling damage. Alright, so 11 and 3 is 14. And then I use my last spell slot to channel. I'm not channel, to.
You don't have an action to use another
just-
spell slot.
Uh,
You used
I
your
have
action
one-
and your bonus action. Use your action to attack.
no,
Use your bonus
no,
action to
it's-
channel
no,
divinity.
It's not an action. I'm sorry, I said the wrong word. I'm using my Divine Smite to add into that damage.
You can't
that
cast
doesn't-
it. You've
Doesn't
already.
cost me anything. I can. I moved the.
It's a
the
spell.
Hunter's
Does
Mark.
it not to take an action to cast a spell?
No, not. That's not a spell. It's using up a spell slot to add the extra damage. That's all it's doing.
For channel divinity?
Yep. No. I cast. All right. It's timeout. I attacked.
You attack.
Last round, I moved the Hunter's Mark,
Yes.
and then I attacked.
Yes.
So that damage is included. As a bonus action, I used the
Divine Smite. I found it at the very bottom of your features and traits.
right. I used I used the oath as a bonus action, so I gain advantage on my attacks. Then I attack, and now I declare that I'm using the Divine Smite.
On that attack, which uses up a spell
On that
slot, but
attack.
it's not casting a spell.
It's not casting a spell. That's
You
the
can
advantage
just
of being a
add
paladin.
more divineness to
Right,
the blow.
I'm gonna add 2d8
Okay.
more.
Very well.
Right, so
You're
is that 40
divinely
is
smiting this foe
I-
that you've got
I
Hunter's
was-
Mark on.
and I hit him for 14 points of damage, and I'm adding the other 2d8. So 21, 23 points of damage.
Oh, big hit.
And that's the advantage of being a paladin, is you don't have to declare to the DM that.
I got you.
extra
I'm with you
damage
now, man. I'm with
till
you.
hit.
I'm with
Yep.
you, and
Alright.
there's
you.
a pool of light appears around you and this foe as you divinely smite him with all the power of Moradin, and he takes it across the chest with your longsword, right?
Nice, yes, my longsword.
Slash him across the chest with your longsword. Some blood starts to pour out of his skin.
Ah! Moradin! I feel your power!
That brings us to the other anchorite. He's not looking so good. What's he going to do, you ask? He's going to try to hit Willow the bear with his clawed gauntlet. Because he knows that he probably can. She's no armor. And he just makes her armor class, hitting her. For 4 points of slashing damage the bear takes. It growls in response. And it is Myrin's turn.
So how many left?
You're looking at 2 anchorites of Talos
that's
still
what I thought.
standing. And they are looking. You're at a distance of about 40 feet away right now. So you've circled to the southwest. So you're on the other side of them, facing off with Thardin and Willow.
Mhm.
You see Nars beyond that.
Yep. And they are both looking.
They're both looking much worse for wear than when you initially encountered them about a minute and a half ago.
Yeah. Well, I think that my hunter's mark is still active.
Around 36 seconds ago.
Yep. So
Your hunter's mark is still active. Yes, it is.
A 20 mod. Yeah, 20 total.
20 total hit.
Yeah.
You were shooting Hordebreaker. You can shoot for Hordebreaker at them. They're both together.
They have not moved at all.
They can't really. They're in the midst of battle. Their boars that they had with them bolstering them have been ripped to shreds earlier in the round, and so they have been casting spells trying to attack back at you guys.
Yeah.
And to move would provoke an opportunity from both the bear and Thardin, so they have stayed where they're at.
So yeah, I'm just gonna maybe even just move a little bit more, just gaining more. Like I would just be moving to shoot a better shot.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
That's
The
literally the purpose.
The ranger stalks his prey.
Yeah.
You've got one of them hunter's marked, and Thardin has the other one hunter's marked.
Right.
And if you don't kill them, Willow will probably make short work of them as the bear in the next round.
Okay, so one of them is a 20, and the other one is a 27.
Both of them hit. You've hit 2 separate targets. Go ahead and roll damage. Make it count this time, big boy.
Yeah, you tell the dice that. Hunter's mark is a 12. Then the other guy is a 6.
As the arrow flies from your enchanted bow, this purple flash of light streaks across the distance, and it hits this anchorite square in the chest, and he falls to one knee and begins to bleed, and he's covering his face. The other one takes a shot on the arm, and it seems to lose all use of that weapon on its left arm.
And then, as I finish, I yell out, "Finish him!" to the rest of the party.
And they hear you. They both look back at you and acknowledge that you have almost won the battle. And Willow is going to attack both of them, one with her bite, one with her claws. The bite hits, and the claws miss. That will be... She finishes off the one that Myrin had weakened so horribly with his magical arrow, and takes him in her mouth and bites. As she bites, she's just taken a big bite out of his flesh and falls down with a hole missing from his shoulder. And in doing so, this big black bear you see rears back with its claws and tries to swipe at the other anchorite and misses him completely as he dodges. That's the one that you'd shot in the shoulder. That one is still up, and it is now his turn. Nope. Nars' turn.
Alright, I
you're up.
will firebolt him.
The one remaining anchorite of Talos.
Mm-hmm.
And roll for that.
Wow. 13.
That will meet or beat his armor class. Roll for damage.
Sweet. Great, 1 damage.
The fireball does strike him, and it burns a little bit of his skin, and he sustains some fire damage, but he is still up. Although bloody, he reaches down to his fallen mate right there at his feet that Willow had taken a bite out of, and touches him, casting some magic. You see a mystical swirl appear as that anchorite stands back up.
Alright,
He's been revived. And you end your turn there? You ended your turn, right? Fuck,
Yes.
I just went to his turn. I didn't ask you if you wanted to do anything else on your turn.
Yeah, all good, no worries.
Did you want to do anything else on your
Do you
turn?
have a bonus action?
I don't. I'm all spell slots, so that's it.
Okay. So it is now the revived anchorite's turn. And he is going to use his action to try to flee from you, because he knows he cannot win this fight. So you see him morph before your eyes. His face glimmers and his body reduces in mass, and he transforms back into a boar and tries to leave, and he will provoke an opportunity attack from Thardin and Willow. Thardin, go first.
A 21.
That hits.
Okay. Is he the one that I put Hunter's Mark on, or
No.
is that one standing?
That's the one still
Okay.
standing.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so he takes 6 points of damage.
What was your attack roll?
21.
Yeah.
And I hit him for 6.
You hit him as he tries to escape and flee off into the woods, and he goes down. He could not withstand that blow, and he is on the ground dead. And now, Thardin, it's your turn.
Okay. I attack the one that's still left.
Uh-huh.
My vow was on. My vow went.
Was on this one.
Was on this one. Okay.
Yep.
So I get advantage. All right. Does a 16 hit him?
It does.
Okay. I hit him for 15 points of damage.
How do you kill him?
I cut one of his arms off, and then as I slash through his arm, and then I swing back and chop his head off.
And his head goes flying into the pumpkin patch and rolls amongst the pumpkins.
And I let out a ah! Paladin! And I look at my friends, and I say, "We did it."
You
killed the
see
evil in
the
this thing.
flames. You turn around and you see the flames licking out above the roof. The courtyard fire has been burning now for about 42 seconds. And you see it as it starts to build in intensity, and Nars is cantripping it to add fuel to that fire. He's using controlled flames. I think he's in range to do that. If not, he's doing a damn good job watching it burn.
Nice.
And all of your enemies are dead.
Well, we loot the bodies.
Definitely look through the bodies, especially the spellcasters.
You look through what they have on them is you find their gear, which is they're in cloaks. The spellcasters are in cloaks, and you find their gauntlet weapons still attached to their arms. They're laying there dead, and they don't really seem to have much on them.
Okay. I take off their gauntlet weapons and put them in my sack with the rest of them.
You take 3 sets of gauntlet weapons from the bodies.
And I look to see if there's any trinkets that Willow might like.
Willow is there with you.
Okay.
And she's looking for trinkets, and she's looking at them in grotesqueness. They really don't. They don't carry much.
Okay.
They don't seem to have any coin on them at all. That's like they don't care about such things.
Seemed like the leader was the one with that was better equipped in the house.
Granick. Yeah. And all you found on him, like nearby his stuff, was that map.
Okay. I guess we should take a quick short rest maybe, and then head back to Falcon's Lodge. Is that good with everybody? We grab a couple pumpkin seeds or whatnot. 'Cause
How long
I
does
know.
it take to get from here to there?
Well, it took you about half a day on foot to get here from Falcons.
Well, we shouldn't stay here because
Yeah.
we made a
Yeah.
giant beacon.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
out of here first.
Well-
Part of me wants.
Let me put it
stay
to you
here.
this way.
Yep.
This mats is now on fire. And you wouldn't want to leave the fire burning. If you just left this fire burning in the forest, you would be concerned that it would spread to other trees.
Um,
We'll try to control it as best we can.
Nars has total control over this fire with his Control Flames cantrip.
Yeah, I could put it out.
Well, have we damaged the tree enough to kill it?
From what you can tell, I mean, the inner courtyard of this area looks to be pretty lit up. And with Nars's initial stoking of it with the controlled flames, you're sure that the tree has burned. But looking in the front door now, you can see the flames starting to spread around to other parts of the house, which you can see from the open front door. So you're fairly certain that if you were to go back in and brave the flames, you would find the courtyard completely charred, the tree completely just obliterated into embers. Maybe even, I don't know, would that destroy a tree's roots too?
I put oil down.
You did put oil down there, but the
near
roots
the
would be
roots.
under the ground, protected from the oil and the flames.
Well,
If the water evaporated, it would
Right.
be pretty lost. So if the heat
again-
was hot enough.
If the
Yeah,
heat was
again-
hot enough, that would affect the tree's roots.
right, just like when firefighters are gonna go in, when they have underground fires, the fire follows the roots.
Right.
So basically, we made a giant oven under the ground and
Yep.
probably burned up and everything underneath it.
Nars could put the fire out at any time. What does the party do?
I say we take a short rest and let it burn a bit, and then I put it out.
We'll rest an hour. That constitutes a short rest. We'll all sit for an hour. We'll throw some hit dice if we want to. We will regain. Willow will. Yeah, let me just set the scene as we leave, and we'll end the session here. The party will take a short rest as we watch the mountain burn, or the house burn. As we do so, we can see through the doorways that a good deal of the interior has burned, and at the end of the short rest, Nars then will go ahead and kill the fire, at which point we can kind of walk in and see that the Gothias tree no longer stands out of the well, and we leave it at that. And we make our way back into the woods along the path. We wanted to leave this area, but which way did we want to go? We have a map that leads up north, and we have other business leading us back to the west.
We'll probably head to the lodge.
We want to make for the lodge tonight.
Yeah.
So we'll leave this place after having burnt the manse and killing all the evil there, and we will make our way back to Falcon's hunting lodge and show up there about 3:30 in the morning.
During that short rest, would I have been able to grab some pumpkins for pumpkin seeds?
Yes, let's do that. Do you want to role play the pumpkin seeds? How many pumpkin seeds would you like to eat?
I wouldn't.
You've noticed that you need to eat about a handful of them to get any health benefit. But you
I was
have
thinking-
lots of them here.
Right, I was thinking of gathering some for the whole party,
Okay.
if possible.
Yeah.
Or if one of the other members wanted to help me, we
Yeah.
gather. as
Willow's
much-
going to help you. Willow trots off with you. That's kind of her, like, plants are her thing, and she's excited about these pumpkin seeds, and she goes to gnawing on it, a few, actually. She wild shapes back to her drow form.
Okay. Yeah,
And
gather
she
as
has
much as you
18.
can.
She has 18 health.
Okay.
And so she's gonna eat. She ate 3 before. She's gonna eat another 3.
Okay, while I'm gathering, I eat a couple as I'm, I eat a serving.
How many are you eating?
What is it? 5 or 6 is a serving. Is that what we said?
A fistful of seeds is a serving. A serving, there's about 6 of them in each pumpkin, and by eating 1 fistful, you would regain a point of health.
Okay, so that's what I do.
1 point of health?
Yep, that brings me to 19 health.
You regain 1 point of health from the pumpkin.
Yep, and I just gather up as many as we can for the party and for the journey back to the lodge.
So I'm not feeling so good, guys, says Willow.
Okay.
I'm kind of sick to my stomach.
In what way?
I just don't feel good in my stomach. I'm sure it'll pass. I just don't feel good at all. I'm starting to feel sick. Maybe from the pumpkins?
Okay.
Maybe you should take more of your medicine.
I'm gonna be on the lookout for some on our journey back. Don't you worry, Myrin. Do you want some too? If I find extra, I can give the whole party some medicine. She has regained some health, but she's not feeling good.
Okay. Well, maybe it's the seeds.
I can always look at her when we get back.
Yep.
The party is going to make its way back to Falcon's Lodge then, and nothing eventful happens on that journey. And we'll go ahead and end this session with us just having arrived back at Falcon's early in the morning, and they let you in. Corwin, of course, after you've rapped on the doorknob, Corwin comes to the gatehouse and looks over and sees that it's you and lets you in excitedly. But he's not Wake Falcon. He shows you to your guest rooms and we'll end the session there.